them play yesterday, and they were looking pretty good at the hand. For now, let's check out Team Falcons here. We got Philipina that we have been seeing. I got my eye on Haritwo to be favorites, especially against Fish God Lily. He won. That was a decision. And I think that's the big part that a lot of these, you know, if you get their hands on the Paquito, it just doesn't have that killer instinct. Not like the Paquito that we've seen so far. But it looks like Team Falcons, they're the ones getting this Marcel for themselves. As Team Falcons, they banned the Paquito, the Hardy, as well as the Barrage. Rarely do we see this kind of ban opener here. And if you're jumping out Guai, Fanny, Frey, as well as Ferrara has been banned out. So, I wonder, do you want to just follow up with an Atlas Valentina or Atlas Eudora?
Probably Atlas Valentina is the usual way of going. But the Eudora isn't that bad of an idea as well. Kyle has shown great proficiency on Assassins overall. And it looks like it is going to be the Atlas and Valentina. We're expecting the Bella Retreat to happen on the opposite side, unless Team Falcons want to do something else here. And it's not impossible for them to go for, to start looking for their side wingers as of right now that they've already kind of secured Owen on this Marcel. I just feel like Dian and Guai have to play around the golden hour at this state. But again, it's about people who can dash and close the distance that Marcel is able to disrupt them by time to not only mid-laners, but even gold-laners to kind of get out of some pretty precarious positions. But since they found out the Paquito, I don't think they have to really worry about that anymore. They've got the Nolan as well as a response to seeing the Valentina, now knowing that, hey, we don't have to worry about this Eudora anymore.
Yep. Right now, with the Marcel there, technically Guai also has a golden hour, but I don't think it really matters that much, because Super Marco with this Melissa as well as Kyle with this Nolan, they should have enough dashes to avoid the golden hour, considering that they have pretty low cooldowns on their dashes. So not for jumping Guai, not a lot is open here. I think it would be best if they pick up something like Uranus, because in terms of picks, it's getting really low, but instead, they do go for the clip, a favorable matchup going up against the Melissa, but now I'm seeing both teams, like Guai probably get rid of the EXPs, and then for Falcons, maybe get rid of the junglers, but instead, I respect the Selena as, I would say, one of the top picks here in Games of Future.
Definitely understandable here, getting rid of the Selena and specifically targeting Haji at this stage. If they want to keep on doing it, I'm expecting things like Dian, arguably even Farsa at this point might be a good option to ban out. Team Falcons making sure, wow, I don't know if these teams have been screaming each other as often here in Kazakhstan, but seeing a lot more Guinevere's getting banned out specifically against Dian from Guai. I don't know if they're going to follow it up with other engagements, but Alice is going to be the follow-up banned for the FYG.
Yeah, this showed that I feel like the FYG want to get either the Esmeralda or the Uranus for themselves. I would still think probably Uranus might be a little bit better here. Other picks here in terms of the bans, because I don't think Guai can go for something like the UCC or the Ling, because I feel like even if Clint is relatively early game friendly, I still feel like Clint needs some farm for himself as well, so other picks in the jungle that is strong early, yes, is an Akai, but at this point, no tank jungle is really respected in the current meta. So they're gonna hand out something.
They're holding onto it for a while now. We'll get perhaps the update just a little bit here, but I feel like the setup for Dian and Guai, it's like they know no matter what they pick, it's going to get disrupted by Owen on this Marcel, kind of no matter what, right? So as long as they have some form of iframes, and I think Ling probably is kind of the only assassin that sort of fits this build now that Nolan is kind of out of the way. It does tell us a very telling composition. If Team Falcons want to have some kind of like mid-priority to play, or maybe just strong side with Flap, try to set up for Kyle later down the line. Now that they don't have to worry about the barrage, they also get rid of the scaler in Yu and Shin. This is really limited down the options from Dian from Guai, and I think they might just have to play Harley in this case.
Harley banned. Yeah, so a lot of the junglers have been banned out, and they pick up the CEO, but that feels like a desperate play here, because once the Eudora gets picked up, the CEO is going to be a non-factor, and again, they have to pick up the CEO because no other jungler can really match the speed of a Nolan, and if Nolan just outspeeds you, then it just becomes a losing battle just as the time goes down.
This is not exactly the best position, but they've been saving this final pick for the EXP owner anyway, so no matter what, Team Falcons, they will have to blind pick the Uranus into this. Haji will go into his traditional Yushin to try and maintain control alongside with myself. I think I'm totally fine with this. It's a pretty standard composition from Team Falcons. We've seen this before during MSC. But now what's the big game changer here in the Alpha Guai? What exactly could be Esme only? Is that their only option here?
I actually feel like Alice would be better, but they themselves ban out the Alice. So other than that, I can see a high loss, but the problem is that there's Yushin. Any tank that's good against the Uranus, it's going to be difficult to play against this Yushin. So SCC is also okay, Olafu is also okay, but it really just depends on how Fishbot can play that lane. I would say Olafu is the best, but again, we don't know his hero or how it's looking like.
That's true. I was also thinking like maybe there's like a sore angle here, but it looks like they're going to go into the safe comfort in of the Lapu and the bravest fighter as a means to kind of break through and get right on top of Super Marco. Interesting compositions from both sides. Wasn't expecting the bands to look like this from the Alpha Guai. Pretty straightforward overall for Team Falcons, despite them getting a Chiquito alongside the Broads. Personally, I'm okay with this, right? I'm okay with the Falcons comp. I want to see the Alpha Guai whether or not we can actually back Lung up, because we even saw during MSC that even Super Marco can play into a Clint matchup, and he honestly was able to kind of walk away from the lane even and break first tower off of that. I don't know if it's just a Super Marco thing or whether you know something else in terms of like the laning tech from Melissa into Clint, but we'll find out as we start heading on into the game. The Land of Dawn is calling for another best of three. We head on into our second series of the day. Only one of them will be moving on to the next stage. Is it going to be Team Falcons playing on the blue side, or is it going to be Guai on the red side to head on into the Land of Dawn?
Honestly, I feel like in this game, Super Marco should win out the lane just because they have a mid-tier that is incredibly fast, especially when you compare it to what Guai has. Honestly, the Alice as well, the Valentina can win the lane pretty well. It's only Zaushi on this field that I'm just slightly bit worried of, because like having just a Marcel and a lane should be pretty fast enough for the 3 months, but look at this rotation here. Kyle is immediately taking a green camp away from Guai, Zaushi. That just again shows that they are pretty confident in the speed of their composition here, even with Zed being around there alongside Yuan. Oh, Juno. Hold on. Actually, Kyle might be in trouble here, or also known as Juno.
He's totally fine. He even gets the retribution down as well. Loses that out, but look at the vertical jungling. On the opposite side, the invasion onto this green cap has been successful for Zaushi as he gets his way back out and immediately starts making his way over to the purple buff. This is not going to get contested. They saw Kyle use the retribution, so it's going to be a no contest at all. Kyle is just trying to get his purple buff down so that he can have some more pressure down on the bot lane.
Yeah, and this kind of neutralizes the advantage that Team Falcons should have, because Zed as well as Yuan was able to get in a good position to slow down Kyle long enough so that Zaushi can vertical jungle for himself. I don't think he got the camp. I'm not sure.
No, he got the camp. He got the camp off of it. Yeah, you can see that Yuan is already like very close to level 4 before the wave even collapses. It's supposed to be before the 9 o'clock mark. But even so, Collapse still kind of making some kind of control here. But look at this. Immediately, definitely Guai still playing to their strengths, right? Trying to force this level 4 as quickly as possible. It's probably the only opportunity once Fishbot hits 4, they can definitely fight.
Well, Yuan does have that golden hour. The only question is how he's going to use it. He almost gets taken down. Has to get away. Golden hour used. Zaushi still secures it. And Juno or Kyle just got taken down by Guai. Now Team Falcons have to retreat as Fishbot trying to get a kill, but gives it over to Zaushi. And now Owen slowing down the recall of Zed. Zed wants to move on forward as Yuan tries to terrify him. It's like a lot of damage onto Owen, but Zed is taking way too much damage. Flat trying to get close, but Yuan gives the cover for Zed. Clean from Guai, winning everything on the board.
Really good disengage here for Guai. Again, I was thinking like maybe he was playing a little dangerous there for Zed, but again, at the very least, Collapse was not able to get that Ionic Edge anywhere close to him. Manages to survive and has Yuan to back him up. With both sides recalling immediately, Guai looking for a big punish, knowing that the purple buff has actually spawned back. but they were delayed for taking it, using his retribution early on to steal this away, and Kyle is going to be left purpleless for the next couple of minutes.
I would say this is uncharacteristic of Team Falcons Philippines, where I would say the first rotation got read out by Guai, and Guai was able to respond appropriately. And now with the 2Q lead onto Zaushi, as long as he doesn't get caught by either the Marcel or the Zushin, Guai, they're going to scale pretty steadily. And because Marco does not get any help from the team, Feng is also having a pretty good time here in lane. Looks like it is roughly even, but actually, no, Lung does have a level advantage. I'm sure if he was able to deny a few minions away from Marco, or it's just, neutral objective difference, but still, this is a very good start for Guai.
It's neutral objective difference, and I think it's 2 crabs at this point is why he has the currently lead. Let's double check his goal. Yep, 666, that's about right there. Means that these 2 crabs were obtained here by Guai. They already fight the first position here on the upcoming card.
Now they gotta be really careful of Flap. Level 7 on the Uranus should be able to deal quite a lot of pressure onto the Guai. Look at Feng. Feng is pretty low in HP, and Flap sees that, tries to get a kill. Oh, wait, he does have the golden hour. Looking for a prime position to get onto someone. For now, looks like they're all on Flap, trying to make sure the Uranus is not part of the fight, and Ogun is there trying to help them out. All the while, Kyle is stealing a green camp away, and even Super Marco is here. Don't be why they're losing their position because they're paying too much attention to Flap.
Yeah, this is taking way too long here. And I mean, at least they get both lane laners are going to get a double wave here for just a little bit if they run back into lane. It's better for them. And honestly, for Dian Feng Guai, they don't mind this. This is like not the worst position in the world. As long as this drags out and as long as the jungler alongside with Clint don't die here and just keep on firing, this is a good steady pace.
Well, considering that now Zaushi does have that Sky Piercer, if they get killed, it's going to be amazing. Golden Hour used, but not really utilized that well. But look at that, Kyle is stealing away the purple here. So definitely Guai, they're going to get this turtle for free. And looks like Zed was able to catch one member Team Falcons, but Flicker was used just to escape. Down on the bottom lane, you can see that Kyle is close to Lung, but looks like Lung has already positioned himself safely, not going to get ganked by Kyle.
Endless battle already purchased here for Lung. He's got some base damages to work with, especially with Gun in hand. So far, things have been going pretty well for Dian Feng Guai. I think that right now Team Falcons are just waiting for the next item power spike here, and like Kyle understands that without at least 1 or 2 items, it's pretty difficult to find the big one-shot onto Yi1 or even Lung. Zaushi still has iframes, so there's still a little bit of a push and pull to see who uses resources. And now Dian Feng Guai playing to their strong lane just to make sure that Lung gets this turret, and now they're going to continue to see similar to Brody. You just break the turret, you move on to the next one, and Lung's so greedy, he just wants to make sure that he gets all the farm, no wave wasted.
We will see whether this trade is worth it, because so far, Kyle is getting all the farm, and Lung is getting all the farm. Quite a lot of, I would say, Zaushi is sacrificing a lot here for his team. He is 1 level behind of Kyle. I think he can equalize this if they're able to get this purple buff, but I really feel like they won't be able to. With that being said, Lung is here. Maybe they do want to go for a fight.
Kyle doesn't have his retribution, but Zaushi does. They can try for it. They got golden hour as well if they want to delay it further, but no, Kyle, he's not going to waste any time here as the initiation from Dian Feng Guai just to run out the rest of the Falcons.
Interesting. Ogun used the golden hour onto Lung when no member is anywhere close. But this is just for Marco. Marco is farming freely down bot. Might even get that hurt as well. Dian Feng Guai, they're trying to wait for an opportunity, but because nothing is really happening, they're honestly losing the bout just a little bit. The goal gap is non-existent now as Marco gets a turret.
Dian Feng Guai making sure that they're not forcing too many of the scenarios. Oh, wait. Zaushi might be in some trouble, but look at the back.
Right now, looks like they're going onto Flap. And Marcel from Ogun does not have the golden hour. They can't capitalize on Dian Feng Guai clumping up here. It looks like Zed is going to recall. E1 does not have mana. He does have to be careful of that, but Super Marco was able to get away from that, or Calcio able to get the turtle. Super Marco gets a kill onto Zed, and now they want to move on forward, as Super Marco is feeling very confident in continuing the fight. Jumping Guai has to escape. Two members here get locked up, and now even the golden hour used, both of them are stunned up, and kills even over to Team Falcons.
And look at the conversion. Immediately, they're getting that wave down bot. They're instantly invading onto topside to ensure the topside jungle is going to be completely cleared, and Guai will start to fall behind. Team Falcons, their composition is about to go online, as Super Marco is one component away from completing the golden staff, and then it's going to be the real deal. As Team Falcons said so far, I mean, Guai's been playing a pretty strong game, right? They got the T2 down on bot side as well. They basically dragged out fights because of the indecision of Guai, and because of how slow they're making their choices, Team Falcons have built this steady lead on the opposite side of the map.
And I would say that was good for Team Falcons as well, because they positioned themselves in a way that they don't really get caught by Zed. And Guai is showing quite a lot of respect onto Team Falcons. Currently, the reason why Team Falcons is able to capitalize on those hesitations, so now that Guai, they really have lost any lead that they had. Over 3,000 gold now for Team Falcons, just by Guai hesitating the entire game.
A 5K swing over the span of 4 minutes, and Team Falcons is why they are a dangerous team. They're very good at outmatching their opponents, and especially when they have plenty of information. We've seen that there are moments where Guai actually have tempo on them, but unfortunately Team Falcons are very good at just kind of balancing the scales just a little bit, right? Even if they're willing to sacrifice a neutral objective, the gold lead never goes too far. Liquid Gun already purchased and completed by Long. The extra range is going to be useful, but the tough part is hold on.
You can see Guai just positioning himself, trying to catch multiple members of Guai. Right now, Zaushi is really not in a good spot here. Dian, and look at that dash coming in from Melissa. Golden hour used. It looks like the right members are not getting stopped here. Another golden hour used, but just to stop Team Falcons. And now Feng has to get away. Kyle secures the kill onto the EP lane of Guai. And now they don't have any more forward momentum. Open able to stop the recalls, and now Team Falcons gets on the board.
I think this game's kind of done for already. Now the biggest problem is that they can't really do much to Haji without a hard engage from Zed. And even then, Haji still has that air fire available. The ice speed's gone, and whoever walks up is in trouble. Even Long, right? Especially using the main recoil. He is so slow. He's going to get run down by a lot of the members of Team Falcons. If they don't stop this right now.
This is uncomfortable for me, because this entire GOF, unfortunately, the jungles are not being selfish. They're letting go of their own farm to help out other people, and it's just very bad for the team. Like Zaushi sacrificing himself for Lil, and then honestly, nothing happens. And this is the same thing that we saw in the previous matchup. Kyle is having a good time despite the early game not going his way. He is over team way before, and now Zaushi just hit level 13. And as we're seeing this, Team Falcons, they are forcing the situation, getting onto that turret, even using the golden hour defensively, but not good enough. Brought back Zed, gets taken down by Flap. But mostly because Haji was able to pull him back, and now Big Dog goes in with a Raven Fire to try to get a kill onto Super Marco, but Super Marco has a lot more items than him. And now Team Falcons gets away, and Jumping Guai can't do one group ride and kill, given over to Flap.
Yep, disrespect. You can see that a lot of lone shots are targeted towards frontliners and even on top of Super Marco. But Marco has much better sustain overall because of the fighter emblems, and he's also building the Trinity. Very easy to trigger when Muddles is so far up, already chipping away at his life total. But I think the hardest part once again, is Haji touches him just once, just a little bit, picks him up one time, and Falcons are able to shut Lone down. He's 0-2 and 0 so far, and the laning phase is done. There's not a lot of structures that you can take at this stage. You can't walk out of their base. And with no inhibitors at all, it's an even bigger task to down from Guai to take advantage of this game at all. So, really, the momentum and the motion is on Falcons. The next Lord should be the game ender.
Yep. I do feel like this is pretty over for Guai. The only way they can really come back into this game is somehow Team Falcons just overextend and keeps on dying to the turrets here. Because Zashi does have a Sky Piercer, but it's 0 stacks. He got it after he already got his 2 kills, so for now, it's really providing him absolutely nothing except for a wasted slot. So this is why we're going for Guai. They know how to get kills. But then it's like, okay, now what?
It always seems to be the case. It's starting to become like a more obvious trend among some of my region teams. But again, gotta be decisive here. If they're trying to look for at least just a little bit of space, but there's just so many ways in they're crashing in. And Theo already showing himself. They're just going to fight.
There it is. Zed even has to flicker out. Not much can be done by Zed. The Golden Hour stopped the fight just a little bit, but still, Kyle able to get a double kill. The front line can't do much, and now Will gets pulled back into the team, has to get away. But coming from the flank of Maniac gets by Kyle. And E1's just gonna stay in base. While Team Falcons tries to give over to Savage, but not gonna happen. E1 is like, get the win, that's it. I'm not gonna give you more.
Yep, he's not that generous, especially from the beating that Falcons lay upon Dian from Guai. A very scary version of the Falcons. Because the early game, honestly, they found working motions, just that they weren't able to capitalize more after that, right? The tempo that they had didn't force Falcons into an error. It ended up just handing them momentum back and losing pretty important timings, like having to walk back and forth between the bottom and mid lane, even after it was obvious that Super Marco had already left the lane to join the fight after he returned. It's just like Team Falcons, once again, or at least again from Guai, they are getting tunnel vision on these fights against the Falcons.
I feel like this should just be a note for every single team, which is your jungle is probably the most important resource in the first 6 minutes of the game. Because at that point, I really feel like in terms of the calculations, it's jungle first, including the crabs, and then the turrets and etc. Because for the first 5 minutes, if you don't get turrets, it's completely fine. I feel like if you get turrets under 5 minutes, that's just you dominating your lane too hard, and your opponents just give up at that point.
I mean, we've seen leads, dissipate into thin air, that 5K swing, right? And Guai was able to get a 2K lead and then eventually turn into a Falcons 3K lead over the span of 4 minutes. A lot of it was just because of quick movements coming in from Kyle, and this is why a lot of people are leaning into the jungle-style assassins. That extra mobility can shorten the downtime between actually farming and getting back into the mix with the rest of your team. Overall, very low KDA gain, 11-2, 14 minutes into this game. Really just shows the macro prowess that Team Falcons put on the table.
Again, it's just them understanding that they're losing, so don't go for fights that really doesn't have to be taken. And that's how they shut them down from Guai, where I'm pretty sure you were quite excited getting the lead, and they're like, oh, wait, Team Falcons is only going to stick, and then they just didn't do it. Right? Because Team Falcons have been playing this game for way too long against so many strong teams, and they know, like, when they're losing, there's no need to force the issue.